Whoa, hey guys, what's up? It's Gaming Aficionado. Welcome to this game. An upload schedule. What's an upload schedule? Um this is all gameplay from the summer, just testing the game out. But I have not beaten the game yet. At a certain point I have not played past. But here we are. And yeah. So there's been a bit of an inconsistent upload schedule. I'm recording on Monday because, as you all know, it is Labor Day. And no labor on Labor Day. That's the rule. So, yeah, you're getting, your episode today. You're getting an episode. You're getting the episode that I forgot to record yesterday. It's all fine. But now that we're done with that, my god, does this game look splendid. And it's shot just like a... This game just looks amazing. I'd say what's coming to mind right now is this. So this kind of looks shiny like Mania, but it looks better than Mania. Like, it reminds me of Mania's shininess, and um, it feels like, gosh, it feels like a mix between, I don't know what, it feels very original. This is a very, original style. I can compare this to Mania and I can't compare it to Sonic Free, because this game looks 10 million times better than Sonic Free. You know what? This game just looks super nice and clean. That's what this game looks like. It's a very clean and shiny game, and I love that. I love that so much. It's very, I just love how, like, clean the pixels are. Like, these are very clean pixels. And it's just, it looks really good. It reminds me of Sonic CD. I will say that. It's the way I like, this sort of, more unsaturated blue Sonic. I like the Sonic CD and Sonic 1 Sonic sprite. But I love the sprites, and I love the colors that they're using. Very, but look at all that shine in the background. It's like, the background, is very, very nice. I love how the background, it uses more darker colors than the foreground, so that the foreground pops out and the background isn't busy. Because if that was using the same colors as the foreground, it would be a little busy. But since they made those trees in the back and those mountains be a darker shade of dark reddish brown and a deep bluish green, it improves the legibility. This game is a little glitchy from what I've played of it over before summer ended. It's, oh my god, this zone. I love this game's use of color so very much. These purple, metallic blue, purples, and golds. Like, this game is very inspired by Sonic CD and Knuckles Chaotix. And as you know, those are my two favorite Sonic games. My two favorite games in general. You know, up there with the Dooms and the Doom 64s and the Knuckles games. I play a lot of games. I'm not gonna say the same thing I always do. But this color palette is very reminiscent of Sonic CD and Knuckles Chaotix. With how bright, like how, These are very contrasting colors, you know, yellow and blue. That's a classic combination. It's a very yellow and blue are colors that go very well together. Like this feels like it feels sort of like Sonic Time Twisted, but in a way where it's very far for it feels way more like an evolution of what Sonic CD did in Sonic Time Twisted. Like this is a more of an original aesthetic than Sonic Time Twisted. Like the game, it is an evolution and it goes for something more original than Sonic Time Twisted. Not to rag on Sonic Time Twisted. But also there's a lot more complicated colors. Like it's a lot more so a lot of fan games use very simple shading, but not this game. Like look at that banner. There's like 20 different colors being used in that banner. This game does have slowdown problems, which was like, what the fuck, man? You can't do that to me, fucking slow down. This game does have a little bit of slowdown problems, even while not, like, it has a slowdown problem. But its colors are very vibrant, and yeah. I will say, the level design, too. The level design, in a very strange way, feels like a mix of, it feels like fast, and it feels like, I really like this game's level design, because it really takes advantage of Sonic's physics. Not as much as, Chaotix or CD, but it's almost there, in a way where it feels like an actual genuine platforming challenge. And Sonic doesn't just gain speed by going down a slope. He reaches platforms by gaining speed by going down a slope. It does this thing that I like in Sonic games, where you use the environment to traverse fast. Like this has, you know, it's not as much as Sonic CD and Knuckles Chaotix. But using the environment to gain speed and traverse the area is something that I really like about this game's level design. And it's so damn fun, too. Now, the physics are pretty glitchy. This game has a few bugs. And I really honestly feel like this game, the bugs are a bit of a problem. And the slowdown is a major problem. It's like a problem where it's like, it nags at you. I want the game to fucking run good. Why is it slowing down like beep, beep, beep? Like my computer's about to crash. Like this is just a slow game. There is no reason like this should be running like, this is a really super good computer too. So I'm just wondering, why? Please tell me why. On the planet is just running so bad when this is literally just a freaking 2D platformer game. This is not this should not be making my relatively modern PC want to kill itself. Like, what is going on? Why is it running this bad? And I know that this guy probably isn't going to go back and make changes, but it's like, this game could have been so perfect if it just didn't have 10 million kajillion times where it's running super slow. Maybe it's an engine issue. I don't know. There are some engines that they are appealing in simplicity. They just are like not good for big projects and they'll lag. But that's not what's happening here. I don't think. And my dogs are barking because of course they are. But look at that parallax scrolling. See how there's always a difference between the foreground and the background's colors. And I love how deep the shade of brown they're using in the background. It's just the colors are really detailed. This is very detailed and bright and vibrant. And instead of going for the simplistic color palette that a lot of Sonic fan games go for, it goes for this very unique, bright, saturated, very detailed, very it just pops out. It pops out. And I'm turning up this music because wow, this game's music is amazing. Once again, this this does not feel like something I would see in Sonic CD. But that's because it is its own thing. It is its own beast. This game, like at this point onward, the game really finds itself and it knows what it wants to be. This feels just very unique. And this is obviously like, the zone from 3D Blast. No shit. But it feels like it is taking from a lot of the late 90s Sonic material and aesthetics. And then it is evolving them. Like this doesn't feel like a lot of Sonic fan games. It feels like it's trying to be, the Lost Long Sega Saturn game. It's a remake or something. But this is just a fully original game. It has its inspirations, but this game is really just a Sonic game with its own unique style. With, obviously it's inspired here and there, but this game feels very original. And once again, with that background, the backgrounds aren't super complicated too, and they're not busy. And the foreground really pops out. The music, bro. The music. This game has multiple soundtracks, so I mean, it really is just. I'd say that is. It has multiple soundtracks, which is just amazing considering its inspirations from the later Sonic games. But holy shit, that is insane! Bass. This game, I like how it is. It's not like trying to, it's very much doing its own thing. But these sprites, they feel very, it's just unique. It's super unique. Man, this is something that I really like about late 90s Sonic games. I love Sonic 3D Blast, and so seeing this reimagining in a strange way of, Rustic Ruin is absolutely amazing. And god, that voice samples are amazing too. It takes inspiration from late 90s Sonic games. It even has multiple soundtracks. Like, what else could you want from this? And the level design, it feels like it takes advantages. It feels like it doesn't utilize Sonic's momentum. Like, you don't utilize the level design to traverse in, like, Sonic 1. But it is a little bit of that here, which is what I really like. Like, this is stuff that I really like here. It feels like Sonic 2, Sonic 1. It just feels like a mix of all the things I like about Sonic level design. Sonic 2's, Sonic 2's sort of spring usage. Sonic 3 sort of long stretches like this. Sonic 3's flatter sections. And Sonic... I don't know, man. It's just... It feels like the best of the best. And I love the Bagnik designs, too. The Bagnik designs go hard. Like, look at... Hold up. I need to go back and just look at how many damn colors Somebody spent probably like, you know, as an artist, this probably took a long time just for all of these background things, and it's amazing how good this looks. These mountains and these deep, harsh blues and rocks, like it's just great. These boss fights are also really creative. I really like the boss fights in this game. The boss fights in this game, I feel, are really creative and fun and unique. Like, the boss fights are an extreme highlight of the game. Like, and I'm not gonna be somebody who's like, I love classic Sonic boss fights. I like them because you can just learn how to absolutely wreck them. And this game has it too, where Sonic 2 boss fights are extremely easy. And every single one of those boss fights just has an amazing cheese strategy. Sonic 1 boss fights I love because they're very strategic and fun. Sonic 2 boss fights I like. Like the Marble Zone boss fight, it's just, I like how there's just this little pattern you gotta figure out. Like, okay, how do I cheese this guy? How do I kick his ass in the easiest way possible? And my god, with the voice samples again, dude. Okay, this is a snow level. The purple is on display here. The purple and red of these different architectural designs. I'm tweaking right now. This is insane. The purples and the reds and the blues. I love the color palettes here. It's so many different colors that are just plopped in here. I like, see how the level design sort of stays flat? I like Sonic 3D Blast so much because I like its explorative aspects. And it is a spin-off game. And I can see it for just being a fun game. Not a good Sonic game, but just being a good game in general. And it has all of those unique late 90s Sonic ideals and ideas. And that idea, I like design, the way it's designed. This game, it feels like it takes a little bit from everything. Like this game, it feels like it takes from a little bit of everything. It takes from the best. It is unique. It is mostly just completely unique. But it pays homage to its predecessors in amazing ways. Like some of the aesthetics. Like it feels like every level is just designed. It feels like it's just designed in ways that are just a hodgepodge of amazing. Like the color palette, it reminds me of Ice Cap, and it reminds me of so many other things. And it's late 90s Sonic, and that's really what it is. In terms of the way that its aesthetics are. But it's just the designs are extremely creative. And the boss fights, I just love the boss fights. Like, these boss fights are so fun. And there is a cheese strat, too. And the sprites are made from scratch. All of these sprites are unique and made by a team of artists, and it's so cool. Like, I love that Tails sprite. Like, the Tails sprite is really fun. And I love the Sonic sprite, too. And there's a spin dash. It just, like, goes back, like, wham, fucker! Whoa! Like, there's a cheese strat. Oh, man. I also... I like Sonic 3D Blast a lot more than a normal person. But I really like how it feels like this game, because, late 90s Sonic, almost all of the games were spin-off games. And I'm really glad to see that some of those unique ideas are being evolved upon and put into this new style. Like, being all of these opportunities for really cool classic Sonic levels are being utilized, and oh my god, this is one of my favorite levels. Now, this does show that some of the level design, some of the physics are a bit glitchy. Some of the physics in this are a bit glitchy. However, it's very minor. I love pinball stages in Sonic, and this is honestly one of my favorites. It's on par with Casino Night. I think Sonic 2 is better than Sonic 3. Just in my opinion. This zone is one of just my favorite classic Sonic zones in general. This game has just got a lot of cool looking zones. Like that Starry Night Sky is amazing. But I like this so much because well, yes, being bounced around is obnoxious. It feels like you actually have to interact. Like, I'm really bad. Some people would find this annoying and intrusive. But what I see it as is I see it as the game making you actually fucking interact with the... I feel like Casino Night probably has less frustrating level design. But I will say this is a little obnoxious. I will say. But this is a skill issue thingy. This is, in terms of aesthetics, one of my favorites. But I really don't like, this section is incredibly annoying. Like, I hate this section with a burning passion. I've played this zone before. Every time I play a zone in this game, the zone gets better. But whenever I play this zone, it just gets a little worse. Like, this is so damn annoying. The aesthetics go really hard, but the main issue is that section right there is the main problem. And there's other sections like that too, where it's super annoying and you're getting bounced around everywhere. And I am honestly fucking pissed off that this is what people think Sonic CD is like. There is no way on the planet that Sonic CD is this annoying. This Sonic CD is never this annoying, and you're just playing the game wrong. Look, somebody made an 8-hour video, and I listened to it while I was getting some work done. I listened to that, and I agreed with every single one of this guy's points. If you hate Sonic CD, that game will make you understand why fans of the game love it so much. And this is what people think CD's level design is like. And, it feels like people just, collision chaos. The guy in that video explains it all. Listen to the video in the background while you're working on something, and all of my points, and I won't have to explain it, because all those points are true in that. Like, he explains everything for me. So watch the video. It's an 8-hour long video. Just listen to it while you're doing something. And I did, and it does explain, because this is really cool. I love the aesthetics in this game, but the level design in this zone, in just this zone, is a little wonky. And it's just certain sections are like, eh. It is a skill issue, a little bit, because I have never beaten this game before. However, I do feel like it is a little frustrating. This game, some people fall into the trap, and I've learned to get out of that, where they hate some Sonic players when they play a game for the first time. They fall into the trap of hating the game because they're bad at it. They're playing a game for the first time, and then they hate it because they're bad at it. And they haven't played it enough. And so you really have to just give the game the benefit of the doubt, because it is a game that you have to get good at. And you are going to be frustrated by it. And instead of saying, oh, the game is bad, wham, 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 I'm a loser. Like, that is just a skill issue. If you're saying a game is bad because it's hard, every single time, objectively, that is literally a skill issue problem. No game is bad because it's hard. That is, in every single way, a skill issue. Some games are just designed for people with better skill. In some games, you imagine this, you have to get better at the game. And so I've learned with all games to, just not try to beat it in one go, and it just take it in short little chunks when I'm first starting out. And then I learn and I get better at the game instead of blaming the game for of the instead of when I die blaming the game of being bad. You know, I love that sky. Low key, I don't know how much time is left on this thing. I honestly see like a cheese strat. It's not. It is honestly intended. I feel like this. There's a cheese strat here, whether it's intended or not. And that's what's so beautiful about classic Sonic boss fights. Because whether it's intended or not, you can cheese them extremely easily. Whether the developers wanted you to or not, you can absolutely just destroy the bosses by glitching them out in various ways. And it's so fun. Just each time you play through a Sonic game or any game with boss fights like that, they just figure out how to absolutely destroy this. Oh my god, this is amazing. This is one of my favorite zones in this game. This is one of my favorite classic Sonic zones in general. Or we're almost at the point where I haven't played this game. We're almost at the point where I haven't seen the game, but this I've beaten the zone and then the zone after this, I think. Oh yeah, the little bubbles from Collision Chaos are back. Let's go. I love the bright colors being used again. Brighter colors being used in the background and more, bright. Like, there's a difference between the coloring of the background and the foreground. And I love the pinks and the brightness of the background. I love those pink trees. That's just so cool. And this feels like it's just late 90s Sonic. Like I said. And I will say that the orbs in this Sonic games, with any game, to enjoy Sonic City, you have to play it. You have to see the vision. You have to play it more and more. And you have to experiment. And just do not try to 100% the game. Do not do that. Going for for me, there's always a certain way that any player who plays Sonic CD will want to play the game. And for me, it's going for the generators. I always go for the generators. Every single time. The special stages are frustrating, but hey, imagine that. Imagine having to get good at a game. Oh no, wow. The special stages are hard because they're supposed to be a challenge. Yes, the collision boxes are a little jank, but you just get good at the game. And I don't do the special stages because they're just not for me. I don't particularly enjoy them. But I always go for the generators, and I love exploring and finding the generators. And Sonic CD is not a slower Sonic game. Sonic CD is an incredibly fast Sonic game. If and only if, like, Sonic CD is a very particular game, alright? Sonic CD is it's designed. In this game, see, it's just you get good at the game by playing it more. End of discussion. I like these cannons. I like the cannons. Those are really neat. I also love how it's reusing gimmicks from older games, but not in a way where it's like, oh my god, it's reusing gimmicks. It's reusing them in really fun and creative ways. Like, I like the way I'm enjoying these gimmicks. I've always enjoyed every single reused gimmick in this game so far from when I played. Like, I enjoy the reused gimmicks in this game more than the original games that they come from. Like, I enjoy them way more. Like, these, I enjoy this way more in this game than in Oil Ocean. And this game is just a big fat evolution of everything. And it's just like, if there is a missed opportunity, then this game has entirely fixed it. if there is a level design gimmick that hasn't been utilized in a fun and unique way, then this game has done it. Like, this game, it's just like, I love how it takes the old and it makes something new while still standing out completely on its own and in ways just doing those things better. It's so good. Wow, yeah. Like, see, I like this game's level design because it's not just going fast all the time. You have to actually pay attention to the levels. Like, it's a perfect mix of strategy and going fast. Well, this game is little Jake. I really hope that more Sonic games, Sonic fan games, try to be more original and, you know, try to evolve on things. I want to see more unique fan games. Like, instead of seeing another Sonic Triple Trouble, another stupid fan remake, I want to see an original game. How about that? Not that I feel like fan remakes are bad, but I want to see an original fan game with its original identity. I miss those. Instead of getting 5 million different 8-bit remakes or whatever. Or getting, Triple Trouble 16-bit. A game like that where it's just reused Sonic Free sprites. And I do love those games, but I feel like the Sonic fan games could do a lot to be original, be more original, have more unique ideas, and I love see it. This game reuses it like takes these old level design gimmicks, like these platforms are from Sonic 2, I think the air stage, and they're using it in a fun way for a boss fight. Like, it's just so fun how this game evolves on these old Sonic level design thingies. And my god, planets in the background again. Let's go. Yeah. Alright. As much fun as I've been having, we're gonna have to end this episode off here. Keep on pro gaming, wahoo!